किसको हो रहा है? कहाँ ढूंढते फिरोगे भाई? चोर तो आपके बीच में यही घूम रहा हो। क्या कोई कश्मीर के लोग अपने यहाँ पे घटना करके आबाद होंगे?
The wife of the naval officer killed in this attack. That for 90 minutes he kept on bleeding and no one was there.
हमारे घर में कोई घटना होती है तो हम सबसे पहले किसको पकड़ेंगे? सबसे पहले तो चौकीदार को पकड़ेंगे ना, कि तुम कहाँ थे, क्यों ये घटना हो गई तुम्हारे रहते हुए।
कश्मीर में सिचुएशन स्टेबल नहीं है। कश्मीर में कुछ भी ठीक रही है। वो जो आप चुप देख रहे हो ना, इसका मतलब ये चुप नहीं है, ये किसी आने वाली चीज की आहट होने वाली है। जैसे एक साइलेंस होता है ना कुछ होने से पहले, कश्मीर अभी उसी ट्रिगर पर है।
देश में अब तक के सारे बड़े आतंकी हमले भाजपा की सरकार में हुए हैं और भाजपा की सरकार आते ही देश और देशवासी सभी खतरे में आ जाते हैं। पहलगाम हमले के बाद से ही सरकारी कवियों ने पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ मोर्चा खोल दिया है और वीर रस की कविताएं पढ़ना शुरू कर दी। देश के गृह मंत्री ने अपना क्यों नहीं लिखा और प्रधानमंत्री को हमले के तुरंत बाद आतंकियों को धमकाने के लिए बिहार में रैली करने की क्या जरूरत पड़ गई?
जम्मू कश्मीर के पहलगाम के निकट मिनी स्विट्जरलैंड कहे जाने वाले वेस्टर्न घाटी में आतंकी हमला हुआ। डॉक्टर राहत इंदौरी साहब की पंक्तियां हैं, सरहद पर बहुत तनाव है क्या, कुछ पता तो करो, चुनाव है क्या।
Why it's important that we recall this? It's because of these questions, these very valid questions, this criticism that is coming from inside India to divert attention from that, because they don't have any answers to this. What they do? They attack Pakistan, so that the whole attention of their domestic public, all this criticism is diverted to something else. And as we will see, as you must have seen, that before doing that, they gag the complete media. They ban the thousands of Twitter handles and social media sites. They ban all sort of digital media that is operating inside Pakistan, so that their public only listens to what they are telling them. You don't have any answers to why it happened, how it happened, who did it. You don't have any evidence. So what you do, you open up the military front. Is it the first time that India is doing this? That creating or using a terror incident for political purpose, for domestic political objectives? No, there is a history to it. Let's recall this incident that happened in 2000, quarter of a century ago, in Chhattisgarh. Listen to the general officer commanding there at that time. Listen to a general of the Indian Army telling you the truth of that incident.
He was guilty there, Captain Tuck. They were misused. रात ਨੂੰ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਪੂਰੀ ਪਲਾਨ ਬਣਾਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ, यूनिफॉर्म ਚਾਉਣਾ, ਰਫੜਾ ਟੰਗ ਦੇਣੀਆਂ ਦਰਖਤਾਂ ਨਾਲ, ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਖੇਲਣ ਖੋਲਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਏ। CID पूरी कड़ ली पिंड इस पिंड की, किस वेले सौंदे, किस वेले आ करते, किन्ने बंदे है, कौन चौध, मेल्स किन्ने ने, हथियार किन्ने ने, सब कुछ कर लिया। एंड देन वन नाइट दे केम, आंदे से पहला भी चेकिंग के लिए निकलाओ बाहर आओ, सारे आओ, मेल सारे बाहर आ जाओ। वो लाइन अप कर लेते सी, पहले उदा ही करते रहे, फ्रेंडली लाइन अप। उन्होंने कॉन्फिडेंस देता, फिर फैसला किया, अद्धी एक दिन आ गए 10 बजे रात, निकलो बाहर, गुरुद्वारे को लाइन अप करे ताकि भज जान पिंड छड़ के।
तो कोई आर्मी वालों कोई एक्शन या तो कोई?
We gave the full report. We said army was involved. Clinton kicked up a row. Due to me, a lot of lives have been lost. I want to know exactly what happened. The other human rights organization, United Nations, sent, and we sent them the report. क्या होया? They knew. Americans knew.
तो दे पीछे कोई उस killing दे पीछे political reasons भी सीगे?
No, only this. They exposed the BJP government, and BJP government wanted to tell Clinton J&K की हो रहा, पाकिस्तान दे बरखला प्रोपेगेंडा करना सी। ये देखो पाकिस्तान की कर रहा है, पाकिस्तान ने साढ़े सिख लाइन अप करके मारते।
So basically BJP planted this
to impress Clinton to help India against Pakistan. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੰਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਦ ਇਹ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਿਆ फिर अडवाणी ने फिर ऑर्डर दिता कि देखो जल्दी से कुछ करो जिससे कन्विंस हो जाए भाई इन्होंने किया था ये वो पकड़ लो किसी को इन्होंने 5 इनोसेंट बंदे कश्मीरी पहाड़ के ऊपर जाके जाके मारते जी दे वर इनोसेंट बॉयज.
So once we question what they are saying now, there is a history to it, of killing innocent people for their political objectives, pinning blame on Pakistan, covering it up by further killing innocent Kashmiris and Muslims and posing them as terrorists. Go to the next slide and listen to the truth of Pulwama by the governor of Kashmir at that time, the Indian Kashmir at that time.
पुलवामा की शहादत को याद रखो और अब हम बालाकोट करेंगे, ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे. उसको इलेक्शन के लिए यूज़ करना चाहते थे कि ये पाकिस्तान ने किया, हमारे जवान मारे और अब हम हराएंगे. कि अब ये सारा ओनस पाकिस्तान की तरफ जाना है तो चुप रहिए.
मतलब ये एक तरह की सरकार की चालू पॉलिसी थी कि ब्लेम पाकिस्तान एंड वी विल गेट क्रेडिट एंड इट विल हेल्प आवर इलेक्शन.
एग्जैक्टली.
So what's happening now? Is it something different? It's the same playbook. That is why we say that this drama of this mantra of cross-border terrorism from Pakistan, of these jihadi organizations supported by Pakistan, this concocted allegations, and then basis of that, you start going into military posturing and military action. This must stop now. And that is why the government of Pakistan very rightly said that if you have any evidence, put it front to an independent, neutral commission and let them examine it. Nobody gives you the authority to become the judge, jury and executioner. And that's what exactly India is doing right now. What Indians started doing, because this has also a linkage of that hubristic, that aggressive mindset that you see right now at play in Indo-Pakistan, in South Asia and in the world right now by the India. What they started doing it, that they started crushing the people of Kashmir and the Muslims and the minorities over there. This is, just listen to the Kashmiris, what is happening to them.
ये जो इंडिया वाले हैं, मैं कहती हूँ इनको तो इनके सीनों में दिल है ही नहीं ना. इनके सीनों में अगर दिल होता ना तो ये कुछ ना करते. इतना अरसा उन्होंने कैद में रख के तो आखिर में जब उनका फैसला होना था तो उन्होंने उनको इनकाउंटर कर दिया और इन्होंने हमें उनकी ना डेड बॉडी दी. पाला पीठा हुआ.
What we are telling you over here, that this is what they do. Kashmiris, people who inadvertently crossed line of control, on different pretexts, they hold these Pakistanis, these Kashmiris in different prisons, in locations, and then torture them, then kill them, and then pose them as infiltrators, as terrorists. This is the story of a minor boy who crossed into Kashmir years ago. They kept him in jail, then killed him in a fake encounter. And this is the family of that child who is telling the story. This is how they frame and concoct evidence for these so-called acts.
इधर ही बाहर ही खेलता था. माँ ने बहुत मुश्किल दिन गुजारे. उनकी आँखें नजर भी चली गई थी रो रो के. तो बस जब कोई इधर कोई आता था उनको मिलने के लिए, कहते ज़िया मुस्तफ़ा की कोई खबर है? नहीं है. हम यही कहते थे कि वो आएगा, इंशाल्लाह ज़रूर आएगा. कहती थी कि मैं देख के मर जाऊं तो फिर कोई अफसोस नहीं है. मेरी वालिदा मोहतरमा उसके इंतज़ार में वो वफ़ात पा गई. और इसी तरह से हमारे बड़े भाई, 2 बड़े भाई फौत हुए उसके इंतज़ार में. हमारा वो प्यारा बच्चा वो इस तरह से मार दिया. जेल से बाहर निकाल के ऐसे फर्जी नाम दे के कि उसको पता नहीं कौन सी जंगलात का पता था. उसको क्या पता था ज़ालिमो तुम्हारे वो जेल में है. जेल से कैसे कोई बंदा रब्ता कर सकता है?
This boy, in October 2013, This minor was taken into Indian custody and they killed him in October 21 on the charges of being a terrorist. What they did after Pahalgam? Opened up the same playbook. So this is on 24th of April, 2 days after Pahalgam, we saw that the Indian media reported a fake encounter that 2 terrorists from the Pakistani side, they were infiltrating and they were killed. Look at their bodies, these so-called terrorists. They are 2 citizens more than 50 years old from a divided village, 2 Pakistani citizens from the Pakistani side of Kashmir. Shining vocations, pistol and a planted gun and a planted pistol. And these are the terrorists that are going across in an area which is a border which is infested with military forces all over. And once the media went to their village and to ask the truth, listen to what the villagers tell about it.
आसानियाँ हो गया है। ये दो हमारे बुजुर्ग भाई ये सदियों से यहाँ रह रहे हैं, इनका बाप दादा यहाँ का रहने वाला है। LOC के करीब ये गांव है, कहीं मालूम पहुंची गुम हो जाता है। LOC के करीब उनको ढूंढने के लिए गए, इंडिया आर्मी ने शहीद कर दिए। वो मार के कहते हैं कि ये दहशतगर्द है और दहशतगर्द ये नहीं है। हमारे 2 भाई इंडियन आर्मी ने इनको शहीद कर दिया है। वो गाँव के ज़ईफ़ उम्र थे, तकरीबन उनकी 50-60 साल उम्र थी और उन्होंने रिपोर्ट में डाल दिया कि ये पाकिस्तान के दहशतगर्द थे। दहशतगर्द नहीं थे, वो ज़ईफ़ उम्र थे। एक का नाम मलिक फारूक और दूसरे का नाम 𝗓𝗏। जो कोई दहशतगर्दी में नहीं पाए जाते हैं कि अरसा दराज से यहाँ रहते हैं और इंडियन आर्मी ने फायर करके उनको हला कर दिया। मेरे 2 भाई अपना माल मवेशी ढूंढने के लिए LOC लाइन के करीब गए तो इंडियन आर्मी वालों ने फायर करके दोनों को शहीद कर दिया।
The CNN team went to this village a few days ago and they went to the same village and what he found about the reality.
Elderly children and women are incredibly scared. He says, we want to take our livestock out to pasture, but the Indians are right there in front of us, and we're very concerned. Their fears may be well-founded. This 17-year-old says Indian troops killed his father, Malik Farouk. He had gone to the line of control to chase our cattle, he says. The Indians shot him and accused him of being a terrorist. He is not. He is a good man. The day after the massacre in Indian-administered Kashmir, the Indian government announced it had foiled a terror plot, killing 2 Pakistanis. Malik's brother denies the allegations too, says he was just a herder like me, believes India wants their land before breaking down in tears.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
India's done a great cruelty to us, he says. If they want me to leave, put a bullet in my head. That's the only way I'll go.
What I want to bring to your notice is this: you as independent journalists, please go and find the facts. These are the facts. You pick innocent people, you murder them, the army sits and tells them these are terrorists. They do it on daily basis. That are these the terrorists that the Pakistan is sending across? They are innocent people. And on basis of that, you ratchet up concocted lies, a story, and you put it out in the media, in international media. You blame Pakistan, you don't provide any evidence, and then you say we will attack. This is exactly what they have done. Okay, that this terror plot was made by this and this. These are the mosques, and you attack mosques, the places of worship. Right under the eyes of the international community. The fact of the matter is, yes, there is terrorism. There is terrorism that's happening in Pakistan on daily basis. And who is sponsoring it? It's India. I'll give you the facts of this Indian-sponsored and abetted terrorism in Pakistan. First, listen to what their leaders, their political and military leaders themselves say. What the evidence which is available publicly, what it tells us.
जिस प्रकार से मुझे बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दिया है उसका आदर करते हैं वो मेरे 125 करोड़ देशवासियों का है।
Pakistan's vulnerability is many times higher than of India. Once they know that India has shifted its gear from the defensive mode to defensive offense, they will find that it is unaffordable for them. You can do one Mumbai, you may lose Balochistan.
प्रधानमंत्री जी का लाल किले से बयान अपने आप में पहला है और मुझे बड़ी खुशी हुई इस बयान को सुनकर।
इस फोन में बुक्ति, मरी, मंगल, कौन से सरदार का नंबर चाहिए मुझे बोलो, मैं दूंगा बलोचिस्तान में।
अगर हम पाकिस्तान के अंदर उनकी जो इंसरेक्शनिस्ट मूवमेंट्स हैं उनके अंदर थोड़ा बढ़ावा देते हैं, तेल फेंकते हैं, हमें वो करना चाहिए।
उन्होंने बलूची को दबा के गुलाम बना के रखे, तो उनको मुक्त करना है। The aims and the targets of
Kulbhushan Yadav, serving naval officer of India, doing terrorism, supporting terrorism in Pakistan.
Any kinds of requirements of them are conveyed back to the raw officials.
The terrorist leaders who surrendered, they are telling that how India supports them, how India sponsors terrorism in Balochistan.
अपनी ऐश वशरत की जिंदगी गुजार रहे थे, आम मासूम बलोचों को मरवा रहे हैं। इस तमाम साजिशों में खासकर इंडिया का हाथ है।
मेरा मुलाकात हमसाया मुल्क के इंटेलिजेंस वालों से हुआ। हम आपको सपोर्ट करेंगे रियासत पाकिस्तान को गैर मुस्तकिम होने के लिए।
कुछ महसूस करते बलोच को सिर्फ एक प्रेशर ग्रुप के तौर पर इस्तेमाल करना चाहते हैं, या मैं समझता हूँ कि इसका नुकसान सिर्फ बलोच कौम का हो रहा है। इंडिया की नजरें तो हैं इस पे, इससे तो कोई इनकार नहीं कर सकता।
This is open source. This is available to you. Everyone is listening and saying, and they are openly saying and jumping that we are going to do instructionist movement inside Balochistan. We will support them. We need to fund them. There are people who they were funded and they are telling, yes, we were supported them. They have networks of people who they train them, they supply them weapons. There are terror camps actually inside India who are supporting, who are fueling this terrorism which is going on in Pakistan. This is Aslam Achu, a known terrorist of the Indian-sponsored terrorist groups in Balochistan. He is lying in a bed in India once he got sick. This is the spokesperson of the Baloch Liberation Army. Once the Jafar Express, this horrendous terrorist act happened where innocent civilians were killed in the train. Where was he? He was being taken by the Indian media, and he is glorifying that act of a defunct, internationally recognized terrorist organization. Listen to him.
देखिए जैसे कि बहुत बड़े पैमाने का एक ऑपरेशन है, सैकड़ों यरगमाली है, फिर उसमें फौजी भी है। बलोच लिबरेशन आर्मी की मजीद ब्रिगेड इसको लीड कर रही है। उसके जो खसूसी दस्ते हैं, स्पेशल जो यूनिट्स है, STOs है, फतेह स्क्वाड, जो महारत रखते हैं इन चीज़ों में, जंगी महारत उनके पास बहुत है। फिर इंटेलिजेंस विंग भी उनको मालूमात वगैरह बर वक्त दे रही है।
So who is supporting them? Where is he sitting? Which country's media is glorifying this terrorist act? Now look at this way of this video that once the Jafar Express happened, this is a video that was shot exactly at the time when the train was blown up by the terrorists. Where was this video given? From where it was aired first time on the electronic media? India.
Attack took place at around 1 p.m. when the train passed through the Bolan Pass.
Big news coming in from Pakistan.
So that video tells you that the Baloch terrorist groups made a video, and who is the one who is airing it? The Indian media. Who is supporting that and celebrating and glorifying that terrorist act? Indian media. This is the evidence that we put in January of 24, the Foreign Office of Pakistan.
We have credible evidence of the links between Indian agents and the assassination of 2 Pakistani nationals on Pakistani soil. These are killings for hire cases. Indian agents use technology and safe havens on foreign soil to commit assassinations in Pakistan. An Indian agent, 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 orchestrated the assassination. We have documentary, financial and forensic evidence of the involvement of the 2 Indian agents who masterminded these assassinations.
Are they only involved in Pakistan? No, they are involved elsewhere also. They are involved in Canada also. They're involved elsewhere in the other countries also. You must have heard it again and again, but just to understand that why they are doing this, what they are doing right now, is because they don't want the world to ask these questions. You yourself support terrorism. You yourself mastermind terrorism. You yourself execute transnational killings. And at the same time, without any evidence, you concoct stories. And then on the pretext of those false presumptions, you carry out military aggression against innocent citizens. They are also responsible for transnational killings.
Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
The allegations that a representative of a foreign government may have been involved in the killing of a Canadian citizen here in Canada on Canadian soil is not only troubling, but it is completely unacceptable.
This is something we take very seriously. A number of us have raised this directly with the Indian government.
If the BJP administration is actively plotting to kill political opponents in the US and Canada, just imagine what's happening in India itself.
I think very important point that is said by the Australian leadership over there. Just imagine what they are doing inside in India. Once this Pahalgam incident happened, immediately after that, the National Security Council of Pakistan sat down and issued a declaration. What did they say in that declaration? One part of it, it says that the Indian attempts to inject volatility in the environment along Pakistan's eastern border is aimed at distracting Pakistan's counter-terrorism efforts. Because one of the objectives of this incident is to provide space to the terrorists sponsored by India who are operating along in the western part of the country, whether it's 𝗜𝗏𝗇𝗏 or the terrorist groups operating in Balochistan. Because the government of Pakistan, its armed forces, security agencies are on daily basis tightening the noose against this Indian sponsored terrorism. So one of the objectives is to distract and divert the security agencies, the armed forces from these counter-terrorist operations. We know it because we have credible intelligence that as this incident happened, in the same time frame, instructions were issued, passed to all the terrorist cells, all the terrorist organizations sponsored and abetted by India to amp their activities in Pakistan, to increase the terrorist acts in Pakistan. And on the night of 25th, 26th April, post Pahalgam, the largest tashkeel of the Fitna al-Khawarij in the history, it attempted to infiltrate across Afghanistan. More than 100. And 71 of them were killed. Because they came in a hurry, because they were being pushed by the Indian intelligence agencies to go across and do terrorist acts in Pakistan. You can see this engagement and the results of that over here. The largest tashkeel. Now this is again on 25th of April, post Pahalgam, a terrorist was nabbed in the town of 𝗔𝗵𝗺𝗶 in Punjab, Pakistan, and from the material, from his forensic of his mobile, a lot of information came out that he was working on behalf of the military intelligence of India. A terrorist being directly funded, sponsored, trained, and doing terrorist activity inside Pakistan for Indian military intelligence. I'll just show you one or two audios in which he is talking with his Indian military intelligence officials, their officers who are telling him what to do. So he is talking to an Indian Major Sandeep.
बलूचिस्तान से लेके लाहौर तक मेरा जो नेट है बैठा हुआ है ना, तो मैं अगर पैसा आपको भेज रहा हूँ इसलिए नहीं भेज रहा हूँ कि मेरा बंदा कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो जाए। आप अपने अकाउंट में पैसा नहीं लेंगे। पहली चीज ये आपके लिए भी क्या कहते हैं, मैं एक डायरेक्शन देने लेंगे 10,000 रुपए यहाँ के मैं आपको इसलिए भेज रहा हूँ क्योंकि मुझको पता है कि कितने अमाउंट को डालने से ISI या आपके यहाँ की एजेंसी या आपकी साइबर विंग हो गई, ठीक है ना, या आपका पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट हो गया या एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट हो गई आपकी, वो उस चीज को मद्देनजर नहीं लेगी।
समझ गया,
ठीक है ना। जब आप बड़ा ऑपरेशन करेंगे, और मैं लाखों की बात कर रहा हूँ, जब आपको 3-4 लाख रुपए भेजे जाएंगे यहाँ से, तो आप लड़कों में क्या होता है, एक ऑपरेशन करने के बाद वो पागल हो जाते हैं। मैं आप इस तरफ की बात कर रहा हूँ। उनको लगता है कि सामने वाला बंदा पैसा देने के मूड में नहीं है। जी नहीं, सामने वाला बंदा पैसा देगा, बट आपको वो टुकड़े टुकड़े में करके देगा। मेरे लिए बहुत आसान है, मैं भी कमीशन देता हूँ किसी बंदे को देने के लिए, जो वहां पे बैठा हुआ है, जो अपनी रिस्क पे आपको भेज रहा है पैसा, उसको भी तो मैं दूंगा ना भाई, मेरा क्राइम तो है नहीं वो, या घर वाला तो मेरा है नहीं, वो भी मेरा दोस्त ही है, मेरा ताना तो मैं दूंगा ही दूंगा ना भाई, उसकी भी तो लेबर लग रही है। फिर मेरे को सेफ रखना है तो मेरे लिए आसानी है कि मैं एक बारी में दे दूं, मेरा काम, मेरे पैसे बच जाएंगे। बट मैं आप लोगों की सेफ्टी को मद्देनजर रखते हुए उसको 2-3-4 हिस्सों में बांट करके आपको देता हूँ, अकाउंट में नहीं, अलग अलग अकाउंट के अंदर। हम फ्यूचर में भी जब आप ऑपरेशन देंगे तो मैं आपको पैसे दूंगा। तो इस तरीके से जब चलेंगे आप पेशेंटली, तो हम लंबा चलेंगे। देखिए, मैं 1-2 दिन के लिए नहीं हूँ यहाँ पे, मैं आने वाले काफी सालों के लिए यहाँ पे हूँ। ऑपरेशन के साथ आपका मेरा साथ और काम खत्म हो जाएगा। हम ऐसा करें कि आप भी बोले कि हाँ अभी किसी बंदे।
So what is he telling them? He's telling them, I am running, that we, the military intelligence of India, are running a terror network, not here, we are running it from Lahore to Balochistan, all over Pakistan. He is telling him that we are here since years and we are going to be here for years. That's not that I am doing it for one off. You are just one of my many that I am recruiting and I am going to pay. And what's he telling him? He is telling him the intricacies of terror financing. He is a serving major of Indian Army. So who is doing terrorism in Pakistan? This is just one Indian cell. And he is telling them that I can give you millions, I can give you lakhs. Just imagine how much they must be paying to Fitna al-Khawarij, how much they must be paying to the terrorist groups whom they are running in Balochistan. Not millions, billions. This is the reality. We are asking that just give some iota, some fraction of such sort of evidence for what you are telling that this Pahalgam, someone in that Pakistani state was involved in it. You don't have any evidence. The same way, you have no evidence that Pakistan is attacking for last 48 hours at multiple locations inside India. You just concoct stories. I think this time has come to ask the real questions, the better questions, that the Indian government needs to stop living in cinema and theatrics, and they need to come out of fiction. They need to stop creating fiction. This is reality. This is happening. There are there are cells that these people are putting bombs, planting bombs, killing innocent.
ਕੋਈ ਝੋਲਾ ਜਾਂ ਉਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦਾ ਲੈ ਲਿਓ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਡਾਊਟ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਜਿੱਥੇ 4-5-10 ਲੋਕ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਥੋੜਾ ਆਈਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਦਿਓ ਮੈਨੂੰ
ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉਸੇ ਕੱਪੜਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਹੈ ਜੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਲਈ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ
ਹਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੀਨੀ ਕਿ ਖਬਰ ਚੰਗੀ ਬਣ ਜੇ ਚੰਗੀ ਭਲੀ ਉਸੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਖਬਰ ਆਏ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਇਆ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬੁਰੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਫੈਲ ਜਾਏ
ਸਹੀ ਹੈ ਸਹੀ
ਤੇ ਆਸਾਨ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਤੇ ਆਸਾਨ
ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਤੇ ਆਸਾਨ ਹੈ
So what is he saying? That plant this bomb in a market, target civilians at a place where it makes news. So they want to kill civilians, innocent people. They want to splash news that Pakistan is not safe. We have dozens of such evidence available with us. These horrific stories of how India is sponsoring terrorism inside Pakistan. And what's the net result is? Since January 2024, there have been 3,700 terrorist incidents in Pakistan. Pakistanis have suffered 3,896 casualties. There are 1,314 people who have lost lives, who are shaheed. There are more than 2,500 who are viable. Is this all kosher? This is not terrorism? What is this? All being sponsored, abetted, done, controlled, planned by India. And you don't have any evidence for Pahalgam? You cook up a story, this mantra, you listen just, I think yesterday, yes, there are jihadi organizations because Pakistan has been doing this, because Pakistan has been doing this. That because Pakistan has been doing this, just because that, where is the evidence for that? That Pakistan has history. Which history? Tell us about this incident. We have for each and every incident, we can tell you how the Indian hands were involved. Your leaders are on public display. They are saying that we are going to do terrorism inside Pakistan. We are going to destabilize Pakistan. And please understand this, that Pakistan is the last bulwark state standing against this terrorism. This creeping ideology, this perverted ideology that is coming from our West. If this country of 240 million plus people, if this terrorism, this perverted ideology takes roots over there, just feel the consequences of that for the world. Who is fighting against it on a daily basis? We, the people of Pakistan, the armed forces, the security forces. The figures tell themselves, 190 operations per day. Since January 24, more than 77,000 counter-terrorism operations have been done by the state of Pakistan. We are fighting it on a daily basis. And India is sponsoring and supporting these terrorists for its very myopic and short-term interest. If this bulwark state, which is fighting against this terrorism, not on only behalf of the people of Pakistan, but for the people of the world, if it gets distracted, which is one of the objectives of the India, what consequences it will have for the region and the world. Also keep this thing in mind. Now on the pretext of action against this Pahalgam incident, their perpetrators, rather than giving credible evidence, what they started an oppression campaign against the Muslims and the Kashmiris in particular. This is what is happening right now in Kashmir. More than 50 houses have been bulldozed and blasted. More than 2,500 innocent Kashmiris have been taken into custody, God knows where. This is happening right now. This is their counter-terrorism operations that is going on.
सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेज जब आए उन्होंने हमें सबको निकाला बाहर। तो एक बंदा यहाँ से चढ़ा, हमारे यहाँ पे जो ये थे मतलब घर का वो स्टोर होता था, वो वहीं पे चढ़ा, उसने कुछ रखा वहाँ पे, बम रखा, कुछ वो जो ब्लास्ट उन्होंने किया वो रखा उसने, मैंने खुद देखा। एक को मैंने फौजी वर्दी पहनकर उसको मैंने देखा था यहाँ पे जाते हुए, तो फिर सब कुछ यहाँ पे बर्बाद हो गया।
They are beating innocent people on streets.
जाए ताकि हम घर सेफली पहुंचे जाए। हम अभी
स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो
चंडीगढ़ में है, हमारे साथ बहुत ज्यादा टॉर्चर किया जा रहा है, हमें बहुत ज्यादा डराया जा रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा हम डरे हुए हैं। यहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा ये अभी किया जा रहा है कि तुम लोगों ने किया, वो किया, ये किया, जबकि हमारा तो इसमें कोई इन्वॉल्वमेंट है ही नहीं। हमें इस चीज के लिए बहुत ज्यादा टारगेट किया जा रहा है। ये कश्मीर के लोगों की तरह बिल्कुल भी हेल्पफुल नहीं है, हमारी कोई भी मदद नहीं की जा रही है। इट्स अ हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट, प्लीज हमारी हेल्प की जाए।
प्लीज जूम आउट. See the bigger picture. The Indians want you to zoom in and just ask you and on that this is happening, this is happening. This is what's actually happening behind all this dirt that they are doing right now. This is continuing on daily basis. This oppression, what's happening on the streets of India to the Muslims and the minorities.
हमने तो काम स्टार्ट कर दिया अपना गांव में।
भाई हम काट डालेंगे, दो पकड़ेंगे, दोनों हमारे काट डालेंगे भाई।
We will chop whatever Muslim we find.
2 कटुए मारे गए, क्षत्रिय गोरक्षा दल इसकी जिम्मेदारी लेता है और भारत माता की सौगंध 26 का बदला अगर 2600 से ना लिया तो मैं भारत माता का पुत्र नहीं। जय श्री राम, जय हिंदू राष्ट्र।
Dogs and Muslims not allowed. This is happening in India.
अभी जो पहलगाम में आतंकी हमला हुआ है उसमें हिंदुओं को देख देख के मारा गया है।
Please understand this hatred, this state-sponsored hatred against the minorities, which is working with the mindset, the hubristic mindset which is behind this military aggression. The problem here is what India is doing, that they are doing two things. They are externalizing their internal problems and they are internalizing their external problems. So, oppression of the minorities, extremism and terrorism is an internal problem of India. Rather than addressing that, rather than addressing this oppression, this extremism, this rising Hindutva within India, rather than addressing it, they are, this internal problem, they are externalizing it by putting blames on Pakistan and other countries, that this terrorism and this extremism is being exported from here. It is not. It is their internal extremism and oppression day in, day out, 24 hours, that the minorities, that the Muslims, that the Kashmiris, that the Sikhs and others are facing there. You need to address it at home. Please don't externalize it. And Kashmir, ladies and gentlemen, is an external problem. It is an internationally recognized disputed territory between two countries, with the decision to be made by the people of Kashmir. But you are internalizing it by putting more than 700,000 troops over there, by doing oppression over there, by changing its demography, by changing its status. So this is the main issue that is at hand. You try to put their mouths shut. Listen to this boy. That on 24th April, what he said and then what happened to this journalist. He's a journalist in Kashmir. What happened to him on 25th April?
अगर यहाँ पर 7 लाख से लेकर 12 लाख के सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस हैं, वो क्या कर रहे थे? पहलगाम तक जाते जाते मुझे 10 चेक पॉइंट्स पे रोका जाता है, मच्छी साथ नहीं ले सकता मैं। ये बंदे आए कहाँ से? Don't ask Kashmiris on this. Ask the security agencies. कितनी कंपनीज है यहाँ? RR है, SSB है, CRPF है, आर्मी है, BSF है, वो क्या झक मार रहे थे? गवर्नमेंट क्या कर रही थी? मैं उससे सवाल कर रहा हूँ आप सब लोगों के माध्यम से कि क्या कर रहा था गवर्नर? होम मिनिस्टर साहब यहाँ आए। होम मिनिस्टर साहब, मैं आपसे सवाल कर रहा हूँ, ये क्यों हुआ?
And next day he has been picked up. God knows where he is. Now listen to this girl. She is a social media influencer. What happened to her?
अपहरण कांड 1999, कारगिल युद्ध 1999, संसद पर आतंकी हमला 2001.
She is just saying that why all these terror incidents happen in the time when the BJP government is in power.
और 2017 गोधरा कांड 2002, पठानकोट आतंकी हमला 2016, उरी आतंकी हमला 2016, पुलवामा आतंकी हमला 2019, पहलगाम आतंकी हमला 2025। पहलगाम हमले के जवाब में अब तक सरकार ने किया क्या है? मेरे ऊपर FIR। लोकतंत्र में आलोचना तो होगी, सवाल भी पूछे जाएंगे।
You shut down the all digital media that is coming from Pakistan or independent news agencies. You shut down the X and the other social media platforms because you don't have the capacity, you don't have the patience, you don't have the morality to listen to the truth. This is what's happening. This is why this aggression. So what they did was, after this Pahalgam happened, and we have seen briefly what actually is the truth of this Pahalgam, which they don't want to talk because they don't have any answer to it. So let's go into the military part. Why? So that there is a diversion, there is a strategic diversion, and everybody is focused on the day-to-day activities. Like what happened in Pulwama, who did Pulwama, why it happened, nobody would. Let's go and go for the military action. We will not allow this to happen. That after every few years, you cook up a story, there is a terror incident, there is an incident that happens, you don't provide any justification, you don't provide any evidence to it. On the basis of that, you start ratcheting up the media, international media, you start building up false pretexts and narratives, and on the basis of that, you start attacking. And that's what they did. On 6th and 7th May, they strikes Pakistan on multiple locations. In these strikes, drone that came inside, the total casualties, there have been 33 shaheed, out of which there are 7 all civilians, 7 female and 5 children. There have been 62 injured, all civilians, out of which again there are 10 females and 2 children. And in military we have 14 injured. So these are the locations where they killed innocent civilians. 2 years old. These are these training camps. These are from where these, God forbid, you kill 2 years old and you celebrate it. Look at their media. It is shameful the way they are celebrating these strikes. I think it's first time that we have seen that you shamelessly are celebrating killing of children. You are thumping your chest. Yes, that we have killed this 2-year-old Urwa Zubair. And you are calling it a great national victory. 3 years old Hawa Bibi. 4 years old. Another 4 years old. Another 5 years old. This 7-year-old boy. 12-year-old. This girl. This small baby. This is what happened on 6th and 7th of May. Please remember this when you talk about what's happening on ground. And when you ask us that what Pakistan is going to do. Please remember these pictures. I ask you again, I request you to remember these pictures. They are in the conscience of the people of Pakistan and the state of Pakistan. India has killed innocent children on false pretexts. And they are thumping their chest. They are celebrating this killing of innocent. This is what they did to the mosques, to the places of worship. See the desecration of our Holy Quran. This is Munizae. This is the mosque that they bombed. See the Holy Quran. Tell me, please tell me, which religion allows this? Which humanity allows this? Which UN convention allows this? Which Geneva Convention allows this? Which human rights allow this? And you celebrate it? And you say we have done a great deed to the Indian people and we have done a great deed to the world peace? By taking out mosques, by taking out innocent children, by desecrating Holy Quran. This is Bahawalpur. They came on the night of 6th and 7th. They killed the innocent children. They desecrated the Holy Quran. This is what they did. Once they came, our proud Air Force took them on. They came in large numbers. 5 of their aircraft was shot down. 3 Rafales, 1 MiG-29, 1 Su-30, 1 large combat UAV, multiple smaller UAVs. On the line of control, the Indians opened fire all along, indiscriminate fire, specifically targeting these civilians living on the Pakistan side of Kashmir. Specifically targeting the civilian populations. We have responded. We are continuously responding to this aggression. And we are only targeting the Indian military posts. We are being very careful because Pakistan, the state and its people and its armed forces do not believe in targeting innocent civilians. We have neither the culture nor our religion allow nor our morality allow that we target innocent people, that we target holy places. And I will show you the evidence that how precisely we are targeting only their military posts. So this is their brigade headquarters. This is their post. So we are targeting exactly from where the fire is coming on Pakistan. Only the military targeting. We are just showing you some parts of it. This is Hajipir sector, ring contour post, Bhagsar mortar position. This is Danna top. This is the LP post. In continuation of what I said earlier, that one of the purpose of this Pahalgam and the continued action that is going on is to distract the counter-terrorism operations of Pakistan. Just received a message that Indian-sponsored terrorist entity 𝗜𝗏 undertook an ID and attack on our forces in South Waziristan district, and we have suffered 9 shahadats. Attack through conventional forces, do terrorism through conventional forces against the innocent children and civilians, make a pull on the conventional on the armed forces of Pakistan to move towards the eastern border, create voids so that their sponsored proxies like 𝗜𝗏 and the terrorist organization operating in Balochistan, they can increase the tempo of the operations. The design is for there to see. This is also important to understand that once they attacked with their air on 6th and 7th May, so there were 57 flights which are operating inside Pakistan at that time, including international flights from Gulf countries, brotherly Gulf countries, from Qatar, from UAE, from Saudi Arabia, from China, Korean, Thai, and many other countries, also all domestic flights. And you put in danger thousands of civilians' lives once you started attacking them, once you started attacking the Pakistani airspace. And they also, in the process, took on shelling of the 𝗓𝗏 hydropower project, the Nusairy Dam. This also happened on the night. The question is, what sort of mindset is this? You are putting lives of the innocent civilian passengers in aircraft from different nationalities in danger. You are attacking hydropower projects, water, dams, the storage sites. And you don't want that anybody should talk about it, that nobody should question you about it. And then you create the smoke screens of Pakistan attacking multiple places over there. I told yesterday also, I tell again, when we will attack, when we will give them a response, we don't need Indian TV channels to report it. The voice will be heard everywhere. We don't need this controlled, state-controlled media of Modi government to tell where and how we have attacked. These are the articles of the Geneva Conventions. And what they say, I'll just read one of them. Works and installations containing dangerous forces, namely dams, dikes and nuclear electrical generating stations, shall not be made the object of attack, even where these objects are military objectives, if such attack may cause the release of dangerous forces and consequent severe losses amongst the civilian population. These are the world norms. These are the protocols, the agreed protocols as per which the humans have decided to live their lives, the way we would like to live in a civilized world. Repeatedly you are saying, and then we saw today, yesterday and then today also, they are sending Israeli-made Harpy and Harop drones inside Pakistan. Swarm drone attacks. You must have observed it. They are sending it. We have so far taken out 77 drones, neutralized them through hard kill and soft kill. At multiple locations they have come. Whenever these drones come, they are detected. They believe, like if they thought that they are very high tech aircraft and they will be able to go scot-free. They, I think, thought that these very sophisticated low cross-section drones, they can come and create havoc over there. We have taken we are taking each one of them out. Not one of them has been able to go back to India, and not one of them will be able to go back. So we watched each one of them. We detect each one of them. So don't think that anything that is coming from the east we are not seeing. We are vigilant. And we will not let anyone put a cross on our territorial integrity and sovereignty. Not at all. We will defend our honor, our integrity, our sovereignty at all cost, and we are doing it. So these drones that have been shot, we are collecting the debris from all over Pakistan, and these are our war trophies that we will rub on their faces. On the night of 6th and 7th, we asked them to pick up the debris from their side. This time this service we are doing for them, whatever they are sending. And whatever they will send, we will convert it into debris. Let there be no doubt in it. You can see certain very few parts of this. Drones that they are sending, please keep on going. And the damage that they are causing to innocent civilians, innocent places, civil places. Now this is very, very horrifying that they carried, as part of this swarm drone attack, they targeted the holy place of Sikhs in Nankana Sahib. Totally unacceptable. The Pakistan Armed Forces timely neutralized this threat to Nankana Sahib, and we will continue to defend, as part of our territorial integrity and sovereignty and honor, all places of worship, including those of even Hindus, all places of worship. Because our religion, our national spirit, the teachings of our great Quaid-e-Azam tell us that we have to protect the minorities. We have to protect their religion and their freedom of expression. A very dangerous escalation, another dangerous escalation that happened on the night of 7th and 8th is that from the Adampur, 4 projectiles were fired, which we now believe to be long-range missiles. 3 of them were targeted by the Indians inside the Indian territory in general area Amritsar. 1 of them crossed the airspace and entered into Pakistan airspace, and it was taken down. It was neutralized. The debris fell around general area Dinga. I will show you the electronic signature of the projectile that entered Pakistan. I would request 𝗵𝗸𝗺𝗍𝗔 to kindly explain this.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are high-speed projectiles that went higher in the upper atmosphere and then came back. So our radar is picking up, PF has the capability to pick high-speed projectiles. So our radar picked up this well in time. All 3, the ones that went up in the north at the radial of 310 in the north and then came back, landed in the Indian territory, and one of them came in at our site, which was neutralized in midair. So keeping the tactical details apart, but this is totally ridiculous kind of concept of operation where you are jeopardizing your own safety of your own people and escalating this thing to such a point which might be point of no return.
So this is near Dinga, because there is a methodology, there is a way where and how to engage it, and there it was shot down and taken down. This is a part of the debris of that projectile, that long-range missile that came. Now, this is again interesting, the Indian propaganda that is going on day in, day out for last 24, 36 hours that we are seeing, that Pakistan has attacked at multiple places in India. Pakistan has attacked, Pakistan aircraft is there, and Pakistan have strike missiles and send drones and do what and I don't know what. We have got so sick and tired, and it is now, we just stopped even following this sort of nonsense and stories and humor that is coming from there. The Indian journalists are themselves also saying, I never deleted tweets, but today I am deleting all tweets that I made without verifying the claims of our Indian media channels. I feel sad, not because of tweeting, but more so because I wrongly believed what I saw. As an Indian, I am fuming. Last night our news channels fed us lies, fake strikes on Karachi, imaginary evasions, recycled videos, no facts, just drama. While citizens left feeling proud, the world watched us become a joke. This is not patriotism, it's betrayal, shameful. Another journalist, I hope the editors of all TV news media have a hard look at themselves. You were a national embarrassment last night, every single one of you. What a shame. What a mockery of journalism. This is what Pakistan has fired. At least have the sense to burn these brown fields if one of our projectile and one of our missiles has gone and hit a field. Karachi is burning, Karachi has been taken over. Go and call Karachi, find out where it's burning. Pakistan JF-17 Thunders have been taken out. At least show me the debris of one aircraft. At least show me the electronic signature of one aircraft that Pakistan, of one UAV, one drone that Pakistan has fired there. That's why we say, don't worry. You are so fond of Pakistan firing at you. We will fulfill your demand at the time, place and means of our choosing. And I repeat, we don't need this stupid, this shameful media to tell us that they themselves are embarrassed that what they are doing. They are trying to make Indian public, they think that the world is full, that their public is full. No, the Indian public is also not full. They are also watching. You are trying to gag. You are trying to shut down the voices. You are trying to push the journalists into the prison vans and dungeons and don't know where. Listen to this. It's a joke. Listen to this joke.
Of the Pakistan Prime Minister's residence.
Pakistan के JF-17 फाइटर जेट को भारत के आकाश मिसाइल सिस्टम ने मार गिराया है.
The JF-17s, perhaps two of them have been shot down. We are also told one F-16 has been shot down. That's a huge loss for Pakistan.
One Pakistani fighter jet pilot has also been detained, is the latest information that we have. This is the latest information. 3 JF-17s gone.
ये जो AWACS इनका जो
एक AWACS भी, one AWACS has also been shot down.
इसमें इनकी रीढ़ टूट गई है.
An F-16 has been down. 𝗵𝗏 of News 18 Rajasthan has confirmed that an F-16 has been shot down.
Vishnu, we're hearing from sources that Pakistan Air Force
and the sources are their official sources. Their Ministry of Defense is saying, what a shame.
To be saying that they've lost 2 JF-17 fighter jets in the course of Operation Sindoor. That's a very big admission from them.
There is a lot of speculation that is going on, and one speculation that is going on is whether there is a coup against the army चीफ आसिम मुनीर.
कराची बंदरगाह पर भारी तबाही हुई है. 10 से ज्यादा धमाके वहां पर देखने को
मिले. Port of Karachi is in flames.
अब कुछ बचा नहीं है पाकिस्तान में.
Nothing is left in Pakistan. I hope you people are all right.
Big news that is coming in. Rahul, Rawalpindi and now Islamabad. Air raid sirens have gone off in Islamabad.
आर्मी अंदर घुस गई है पाकिस्तान में.
क्वेटा का इलाका है, वहां पर
in Quetta also
कर दिया है. इस्लामाबाद के बड़े important strategic locations पर अटैक किया गया.
Our missiles S-400s.
Please pause. Please pause. Pause.
One F-16.
रोकिएगा.
In the picture you can see supposedly a PL-15 missile that they think is lying on the floor or somewhere.
This one, I think you are referring to this one.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Which they are claiming again and again it's a PL-15.
Children at science fairs make better models of such missiles. This is neither close to a PL-15 nor does it look like a PL-15. The missile does not land like this and gets broken in the mid section. The missile self-destructs in the air after it has a burnout time. I mean, this is laughable. You can die laughing. It's very dangerous thing that they're doing. It's fatal to human beings. This is absurd, totally absurd. Missiles don't land like this and get broken in the midsection, nor they are of white color if they are not dummy. So, and as far as the seekers are concerned, well, we say that we fired at them, so they're supposed to have seekers. We did fire. They're supposed to bring debris to prove the claim. They did this last time also in 2019. They showed a piece of an AMRAAM that they shot an F-16. The piece of an AMRAAM doesn't prove that they shot an F-16. It proves that we fired at them. Some part of the aircraft proves that they got the better of it. So we have to admit that they are making us, at least the humor part is with them.
Yes, of course. No, they actually they live in movies. I must give credit. They have a very good theatre. They have very good this Bollywood, but That's not the reality. You have to grow out. Please stop living in Bollywood. Grow out, grow up.
2 JF-17s over Pakistan.
Look at him howling.
Pakistan's territory. Now this is war.
This sort of war they can keep on fighting for next many days. They think that this is war, that whatever comes to your mind you start claiming. Why they are doing it? What's the sense of doing this? Because your face has been blackened on night of 6th and 7th May. Because we shot down your aircraft, your so-called very high technology aircraft that you were having, and you thought you can get away with it. And then once you didn't want to provide a shred of evidence, nobody believes in your concocted story. Everyone knows that you are lying. And then you kill citizens, civilians, innocents. You kill children. Your lie is getting clearer for everyone to see. Your cruelty, your hubristic mindset is getting clearer. Your extremism, your anger is getting clearer. So you have to satisfy. And the people inside your country, starting from 22nd April, they are asking you, what have you done? Who are these people? Why there is this security failure? Because you have no answer to them? Now you concoct stories. We have taken down F-16. Karachi is burning. Quetta is burning. Prime Minister of Pakistan has been taken to a safe location. This, that, whatever comes to your mind. Is this a joke going on? These are two states. Their lives of hundreds of millions of people, thousands of millions of people at stake. The world peace is at stake. And this is what you are feeding. This is the war frenzy you are making. You watch their TV and they are showing that there are sirens going on, civil defense raids going on. So you want to create war hysteria? This is another point that I want to highlight, that we request the international media to fact check before buying their stories. This is just a very fresh story about someone who was leading the prayer, the funeral prayer of the people who died in one of the unfortunate place in this 6th, 7th, one of the mosques that was taken out. And the Indians started planting that this person who was leading is brother of someone whom they claim. You people are much more informed than me on this. Huh? So they started saying, no, listen to this. It's again sad that how people fall prey to these cooked up stories. So this is the British High Commissioner in UK. Now he is showing, the Indian High Commissioner in UK, he is showing this man and claiming him to be brother of this person.
The founder of the terrorist groups that you're mentioning. Look who's behind him. Look at the coffins there. They have the Pakistani national flag.
Masood Azhar's brother has been killed in operation.
So at least match your notes. Your High Commissioner in UK is saying that this man is leading the prayers. Your media is saying he has died. So before you cook up a story, I would request our dear friends, whoever is writing the script over there of this fiction book that they are writing, that at least match the notes amongst yourself.
Abdul Rauf Azhar, Masood Azhar's brother, Abdul Rauf Azhar killed.
You have to say once something, you have to back it up with fact and evidence. Now this man who was actually leading the prayers, whom the High Commissioner of the Indian High Commissioner is saying that he is the brother, what is he telling? Who is he? This man is Hafiz Abdul Rauf and he is telling, who am I?
मुझे बड़ी ही शदीद तकलीफ है और रंज भी है कि बग़ैर किसी तस्दीक के, बग़ैर किसी तहकीक के मेरे बारे में इतनी बड़ी बड़ी बातें और बैनुल-अक़वामी चीज़ें बयान कर दी हिंदुस्तान ने और उनके मीडिया ने, जो बिल्कुल ही मुज़क्का ख़ेज़ है और जिसका हक़ाइक़ से क़तन कोई ताल्लुक़ नहीं है। मेरी ज़िंदगी सबके सामने है। मेरे माँ बाप उस्ताद थे, मैं ख़ुद तालीम दोस्त आदमी हूँ। मैंने पहले कॉलेज में पढ़ा, स्कूल में पढ़ा और बेहतरीन मेरी एजुकेशन रही।
So this man is a local politician. This is his, he belongs to a political party also. This is his date of birth. He has a son, he has 3 daughters, and that's simply what the man is. He is not his brother, not at all. And he's saying that I have come to know through international media, saying that I am the brother of that person. I'm trying to tell you is that even if their high commissioners are telling you something, even if their ministries are telling you something, please fact check it. Don't fall prey to their misinformation, disinformation, because they live in their own cocoons, in their own bubble, in which they believe every lie that is fed to them. India has become a disinformation, misinformation churning machine, and the only thing that can counter this is fact and reality. Again, unfortunate part that even reputed journalists like Barkha Dutt, whom people tend to believe what they are reporting on their social media. Breaking: a Pakistani pilot is in Indian custody. More details awaited. India thwarts multiple missiles and drone attacks by Pakistan on Jammu Pathankot, and so many others. So once their person's position of authority inside India, like their high commissioners, like their spokespersons, they'll tell you lies after lies, then perhaps they are not at fault, but it's responsibility of a good journalist to fact check. Why we are requesting you this? Because once this process, this thing, this conflict that is going on, India is going to put lot of lies, fabricate lies, keep on feeding it to you, media, international media, on hourly, on minute by minute basis. Please fact check it. So she is a responsible journalist, Barkha Dutt, but she also fell prey to this bundle of lies that is coming from them. And then people listen to her, and journalists like them, and then they start believing. More such examples of lies and lies and lies. More lies. We just wanted to give you the total of the drones that we have shot down so far is 77. These are at multiple places. This collection process of these war trophies is going on. Now, I would say that what they are playing right now on their media, this is phantom defense. Again, this is what they have taken out, a page from the history. That was in 2016. US journalists must be remembering that after the Uri incident, they came out with a phantom strike. Their DGMO and their officers came and they started claiming that we have gone inside Pakistan and we checked and there was nothing. Absolutely nothing that has happened. And they claimed it. They still claim it. Like the way Abhinandan, the pilot we captured, they shot down 2 aircraft and they awarded him with one of their gallantry awards. Because they don't want to face the reality. So, from the following that model of phantom strike, now we see phantom defense. That Pakistan has attacked multiple places and we have defended. Great, you have done great job, okay. Show us the electronic signature. We have shown, we can show you for each and every projectile that is coming, every drone that is coming inside. We can show you the debris. They send drones, we show you debris. I can lay down and fill this room, half of this room will be filled by the debris of the Indian drones. Because we don't lie. If we had casualties, we took the media, international media, to each and every place where they struck. We don't lie, we don't hide. So this is it. And if your air defense is so strong that you have taken out each and every missile and every drone, I'll ask you just one question. On night of 6th and 7th, once you shamelessly attacked holy places, the mosques, you attacked the innocent civilians. You came out with all your numbers in the air. Your whole air defense was lit up. You came at the time and place of your choosing. And after you have released weapons, only after that, once our Air Force struck back, Why couldn't you take just one of our missiles? You were well prepared. That is the birth. And now once you call this phantom defense, then everything is going up and everything is being neutralized. Have some common sense, my dears, at that side before you start conjuring up stories. So far, 33 Pakistani Shaheed, 62 injured. That's the cost that we have paid. And I'll tell you, I've told you before, each and every drop of blood is in our conscience, in the conscience of these armed forces, the people and the state of Pakistan. You can't get away with it. Thank you.
𝗜𝗵𝗂𝗱 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗆. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Deputy Chief Air Operations. On behalf of the Chief of the Air Staff and the whole Pakistan Air Force, I would like to avail this opportunity to first of all thank Allah, the Almighty, and dedicate this historic face-off to the Pakistani nation for their trust and faith in the armed forces. Very special thanks to the military leadership for their foresight and all-out support by the Chief of the Army Staff, and especially to the Chief of the Air Staff for his guidance, strategic vision, and the direction that he gave to the Air Force to create history like this. He really led from the front. He was involved all the way during this operation, spearheaded it, choreographed it. We call it the new art of war. This BVR fight of a couple of dozens up to 70 from their side, about 40, crossing 100, is the first ever in the history of aviation. It is going to be taught as a textbook case and a study and a reference material in the aerial combat history. I will distill some tactical details for you because they impact on the larger strategy, and run through very quickly so as to bring you all up to speed on what happened and how did it happen. This is the Indian side, this is the Pakistani side. We had some gaps in the north, center, south, and AEW just to support it. And the IF fighters started an initial build-up that was picked up from the north and the center across IB at 0010 hours. And by that time, PAF had initiated its response within 2 minutes. By 0012, our response was activated. The IF started to get their fighters get airborne in large numbers. By the time it has come to 12:30, we were pretty sure that this is going to be the day and the time to knock some sense into these guys once again. So we commenced our multi-domain operations, the pride and joy and the new concept of war that we have. This is the picture that's getting jumbled up. We have huge number of IF fighters that are stacked up in azimuth and in vertical all across, and the PF DCA response is in position. The complete package, when it gets into shape, it is on 4 axes, and we perceive that they will have 4 incisions just to embroil. Up to 60 aircraft, including 14 Rafales, were electronically ID'd by all through our electromagnetic operational environment. We call it the EMO. So by the time they were in air, we had sorted out and contracted all fighters and accounted for. The 60 number, that augmented to 72 through their scrambles that kept on coming just to reinforce and supplement and to saturate the air defense. They thought they could do that for the Pakistani Aaj, air defense ground environment. The complete DCA package response by Pakistani side was also there. We had 42 high-tech aircraft on our side, and the strategy was to have force concentration in our selected AOR and fight at our own strength. PF fighters ensured Pakistan's air sovereignty, and because of that, we first rerouted all civilian traffic that was about to go from Lahore, Islamabad, in this area, because we thought that this is going to be the hot plate. So we wanted safety for all the civil airliners. When they had seen this kind of a strong defense on our side, they resorted to launching their air-to-ground weapons while being cis-frontier. And as soon as they had launched the weapons, we could ID that instantly. And the Chief of the Air Staff, as I mentioned, he was in the COC. He has been there for a couple of nights. I have seen him there. So when I said that he spearheaded and he led from the front, he really did that. And he changed the contract. We were given the rules of engagement first to deter. And as soon as this thing happened, we changed our rules of the game in the air from deter to assure kill, deny own loss. Peer strategy changed. We had a plan. We thought that Indians, the last time they said that they would have Rafales and they could have created any difference. So we targeted their center of gravity and the Rafales. That's why you see good numbers for that. We would have had more numbers, but we showed restraint. Ladies and gentlemen, the thing about this whole playtime was this thing lasted for more than an hour. With so many large number of aircraft, so many large number of aircraft on both sides, with so many grinds, and the flow of the BVR, the modern warfare has changed so much that the long stick, the employment is if you don't shoot, you get shot. So that is why the art was to employ them optimally, and that was a big challenge for us. That is why I say that it has never happened before. These are the locations with the range bearing, electronic ID that we think that we are sure that we have shot. A MiG-29 was shot 8 miles from LOC, bearing 243, 20 nautical miles from Srinagar. A Su-30 was shot 192, 19 miles, 25 miles from LOC. We have the exact details because you cannot, in the modern battlefield, you cannot conjure up things out of imagination. You have an electronic ID. The aircraft gets picked up by his data link. As soon as you put on your radar, you show yourself, and nobody can hide, nobody can deny that. A Rafale was shot 54 miles from LOC in Srinagar. So you can have all these details. We have exact range bearings because when you employ your weapon, you know exactly when the missile is getting active, when it is getting, and the blip is disappearing, which is verified as you get down for the debrief. So none of the claims have any fat in them. So they are pretty clear, pretty concise, pretty accurate. And I have a audio from a Rafale formation that I will share. The call sign is Godzilla. As soon as those animals are extinct, so this one also got extinct. Please play. So he's asking whereabouts of his formation member. So the formation knows, his leader knows that his number, one of his flight member is not there. They have an RT. This is the original RT that they are exchanging, and they're asking about his position. He's giving his own operations as fine, but he has claims that I've seen an explosion in the air. And I will share this detail. It's a long RT that we have. If we can hear one RT of one formation member, we can hear all of them in panic and in distress. So the idea was to just to prize you guys and to share with you how complicated this was, how this example can be taken not to do when you know that the adversary has the long stick, but I must say that it is not the equipment that matters all the time. It is the training, it is the leadership that gives you the direction and the ownership that it shows. That's what matters. And the training, the operational competence that the whole formation has. And I hope they are slow learners, but I think they can get the drift of not doing it again. Thank you.
So this is the live coverage that their media itself is, because it's very strange that the Indians are saying that we have not lost any aircraft. So if you have seen the evidence, I'll just show you, add up what their own media and open source is telling.
Obviously, a lot of tension. 2-3 things I can confirm to you straight away is that the Srinagar Civil Airport, civil traffic has been shut at Srinagar Airport. And right now I'm in Pampur. Now, as we have been reporting since morning, early morning, that there's a fighter jet that has crashed in this particular location. The remains of this jet are scattered in a large area. Air Force, Garud commandos and everyone has come to the location. The periphery has been completely sealed. But just to give you an idea of where it has happened, I'll ask Tariq, this is the tree, in fact, the chinar tree has taken the brunt of this particular crash, because otherwise it's a civilian built up area and there could have been casualties. Right now, we won't speculate whose plane is this. Obviously, defense officials will come up with clarity on the same, but we've been told that at least 3 such incidents have happened across Jammu and Kashmir at 3 locations, and all 3 locations being secured by the Air Force and
So 3, at that time they are saying that we know that in Jammu and Kashmir, and the kills were 5. So this all were not in Jammu and Kashmir. So this is a picture of one of the location where the aircraft went down. On the right side you are seeing that of the 12th April, and this is the next day after the engagement. So you can see the crash site clearly. So it was at a school. So this is again one person reporting from one of the sites. Another.
इस वक्त इंडिया के ज़ेर-ए-इंतज़ाम कश्मीर के पुलवामा ज़िले में हैं और ये वियन उसी पुलवामा ज़िले के पांपोर कस्बे का एक इलाका है। यहाँ पर रात के दौरान मकामी लोगों ने एक धमाके की आवाज़ सुनी, जिससे वो बाहर आए और उन्होंने देखा कि कुछ चीज़ जल रही है। उस मलबे से ये वाज़ेह नहीं हो पा रहा है कि वो कोई तैयारा है, कोई ड्रोन है या कोई ऐसा यूएवी है, लेकिन लोगों का कहना है कि उन्हें यकीन है कि वो एक जेट तैयारा है जो गिरकर तबाह हो गया है, लेकिन वो अनआइडेंटिफाइड जेट बॉम्बर है, जिसके बारे में ये पता लगाना बहुत मुश्किल है, क्योंकि अथॉरिटीज़ ने अभी तक इस बारे में कोई तस्दीक नहीं की है। ये वाकया एक ऐसे वक्त हुआ है जब आज अथॉरिटीज़ ने कहा था कि वॉर ड्रिल्स का एहतमाम पूरे इंडिया के साथ साथ कश्मीर में भी किया जाएगा, लेकिन रात के दौरान ही एलओसी पर जहां शेलिंग की वारदातें हुई, वहीं ये धमाका भी यहां हुआ, और ऐसा ही एक धमाका जम्मू के रामबन इलाके में भी हुआ है। इत्तलात आ रही है कि वहां पे गोलाबारी जारी है और पूंछ सेक्टर में शहरी आबादी में कई मकानात को नुकसान भी पहुंचा है।
I think yet to even acknowledge what they lost in 2019. So we are not much worried that they are not acknowledging. But the international media, the media must know the truth. Now this is one of the crash site, or one debris of one crash site. You can see that very clearly. These are aircraft. This is yet another debris of another place. Next. So this is, you can see the tail number of one of the Rafale. You can see it clearly, that is lying. Though that tail, which was at one time was on an aircraft, is now on ground, detached. This is again, this engine was one part of one Rafale at one time, now it is on ground burning. The Indians may say that we have not lost everything, but fortunately I think for the world we are living in 21st century, it is not 18th century. Everything leaves a mark. So this is again, you can see again from the Rafale, and that is lying on ground.
Indian soldiers killed. The information minister said about 40 to 50 earlier this week. The defense minister has told us about 25. What is the latest official figure from the army?
So we don't have any confirmed figure from on the casualties, because we can give you confirmed that Alhamdulillah there has been not till now a single combat casualty of any soldier on the Pakistani side. There are injuries, but not any shahadat on our side. We understand from the observation that we are having of the posts and the military installations that are being targeted, that severe damage has occurred to them. I have shown you some visuals also of that. But we don't have any confirmation on any figure. All these numbers that you are listing, they emerge in the media because of the local environment that is on the Kashmir side, line of control, and this side and that side. So we also hear those because people talk, there are journalists, there are local people reporting. But unlike the Indians, we are always very careful with our facts. So I will not give you anything which I don't have factual substantiation. That so many drones we have shot down. If I say 77, that means 77 drones have been shot down. If we say 5 aircraft have been shot down, that means 5 aircraft have been shot down. We substantiate everything with facts. So we also hear this chatter of numbers. So the chatter is there. It's always there because the people talk. There are dead bodies. There are funerals. There are ambulances moving. There is everything that's going on. But I don't work on assumptions and on chatter. We'll give you the facts when we have the facts.
You said that 77 drones were shot down. Some of them.
I'm sorry to say, I'm saying neutralized because some have been soft kill, some have been hard kill. We in military use this word shot very conveniently. No, I'm sorry. It is 77 have been neutralized.
Yes, neutralized, and you said some of them in Rawalpindi, right?
Yeah.
So how come they entered Pakistani territory so deeply before they were neutralized?
I am happy that I have an expert on my right side.
Shooting down a UAV, a loitering munition, or a killer drone, it has its own dynamics. There is a hard way of killing it, a hard kill and a soft kill. Most preferred is a soft kill. Most preferred because the number, it thrives on its number, and so the most preferred is the soft kill. So then there are opportunities where you get that vulnerability on that bird or the UAV or the loiter munition when you engage it. As soon as the bird is about to hit or is not getting neutralized or handled by a soft kill, you go for a hard kill. So sometimes it travels inside because you know that it is going to a destination or predetermined thing. It can loiter for 8 hours, 6 hours. So that is why that kind of a dosage is given and administered accordingly. So sometimes the birds are shot right there and then because of a soft kill, and if it doesn't work, a hard kill is done.
Juliette Monceau from AFP News Agency. I wanted to know if there have been any direct talk between India and Pakistan yet, and if it's not direct, indirect talk, and if yes, through which country?
So I can confirm you that I heard some news about direct communication between the Indian NSA and Pakistan NSA. No such communication has been made. And as far as indirect, I think you'll get a better answer from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs because all this diplomatic initiative is being spearheaded by them.
Xinhua News Agency. According to WAFDA yesterday, that the 𝗔𝗵𝗺𝗶𝗳 hydropower project has been shut down due to the missile attack, as you are also shown some footage. Can you verify the news that it has been shut down, and what is the status right now? So regarding of that, we know that in Pakistan there are still a lot of civil facilities such as the hydropower dam and power plants. Are there any strengthened measures such like anti-missile system taken to prevent such a attack happen again? This is my first question.
Coming to the second part, I'll not go into the specific details, obviously because of operational reasons, that what air defense measures or anti-aircraft measures have been taken around them. But we have a very robust layered tiered air defense system in Pakistan, and so I'll leave it to that. I'll not go into the details that which thing and how it is protected. Of course, the damage that you have seen and publicly we have released that damage. The concerned authorities have to take the corrective measures, and for which whatever, if they have to shut it down, it is their prerogative, and say the Water and Power Development Authority and their concerned partners will take those.
We know that in a transcript yesterday released from the Foreign Ministry about Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister's briefing to Islamabad-based ambassador, they said that it was mentioned that South Asia is home of 1/5 of the world population, and it could ill afford irresponsible actions like the others carried out by India last night.
We think the countries, the friendly countries in the neighborhood can do to help in this situation. To help in this situation. To jointly counter this regional threat. I think the first thing is to put some sense into these people who have this hubristic mindset. The first and foremost thing is to tell them that don't externalize your internal problems and don't internalize your external problems. Have some sense and don't try to act like a regional hegemon. You are not. And respect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the other states. Live like a responsible state. Stop spreading lies. Stop putting fake news out. And live like neighbors you need to live. So I think the first thing is to put some sense. And if that sense can't be put, then sense have to be put in some other way. Because this cannot go on. This cannot be allowed. That you think that you have a false sense of self-entitlement, God knows from where it comes. So this has to be told in the language that they can understand. Hopefully that language is the easier one and it doesn't get that harsh.
Yesterday, Indian Defense Minister said that quotation operation is not over after the drone attacks. What is your intelligence? I mean, are you expecting such kind of attacks as like a 6 and 7 May in near future? And what is the Indian army positions about the line of controls? Are they putting the more defense or more forces over there to, let's say, to prepare a war or something? What is your intelligence about this?
We are prepared for any eventuality, whatever they may do. It's their choice. I told you before, whatever they may do, we are prepared for any eventuality. They want to continue it, fine. But what they have started, I'll tell you, we'll finish it.
Sikandar Karmani from Channel 4 News in the UK. You talked extensively about the Pahalgam attack. I know Pakistan has called for an independent inquiry. Whilst that has not started, I wonder if the intelligence services in Pakistan have, of their own accord, begun any kind of investigation into whether indeed there were any links between, for example, Lashkar-e-Taiba and the incident in Pahalgam. Secondly, on the bigger picture, it seems from what you've been saying that Pakistan is planning a sizable response to India's actions rather than heading towards de-escalation. Can I confirm that assessment is fair?
So first thing is that Pakistan has got nothing to do with Pahalgam incident. The state of Pakistan has got nothing to do with the Pahalgam incident.
Has any investigation been carried out to ascertain that?
So once I say, I think I say based on facts and evidence. With such a surety I am telling you that the state of Pakistan, naturally, I'll not say on the top of my head. It's because I know for a fact, based on the evidence, based on what we understand, based on what we have seen, that Pakistan has got nothing to do with Pahalgam incident. And that's why we say that if you think you have, then bring it forward and put it to some independent neutral commission. Because what we see, the way we have seen everything, we have got nothing to do with it. How have we come to that conclusion? Have we talked with this A, B, C, D, E, F? That's not something that needs to be shared right now. If we have that evidence, we will share it with that independent neutral commission, that how we have come to this conclusion. I know for a fact that Pakistan as a state abhors terrorism. We don't support any terrorist entity. We condemn terrorists and terrorism in all forms and manifestation in all over the world, everywhere. We are a victim of terrorism. We know that terrorists have no religion. They have no state. They are those inhuman people who think that they can impose their own view, their extremist, perverted ideology on others by force. So we have no mercy, no connection, anything in common, the state of Pakistan, with terrorism. We are, in fact, as I said earlier, the last bulwark state. As a state, we are standing against terrorism. Just feel for yourself a country in which in a year thousands of people die at the hands of terrorism. Hundreds of billions of dollars are inflicted. We stay away as much as we can away from these extremist elements. We despise them. Those who think that they can impose their perverted ideology through bullet. Absolutely not. The state of Pakistan has got nothing to do with Pahalgam incident. Absolutely nothing. So what was the other question?
The second part of the question was just saying that it seems from your tone and your words that Pakistan is planning a sizable response to India's aggression rather than heading towards de-escalation. Is that assessment correct?
Who is escalating over here, my friend? Who has been escalating? Who is doing provocation after provocation and provocation? Who is it? They want to set a new norm that it's their convenience. Whenever they will feel, they will go cross border, they will go cross international. They are going to hit anywhere where they like. They are going to send drones inside Pakistan and they are going to harass the innocent citizens and the people of Pakistan. They can do terrorism here. You heard just now that I am here for years and we will be here for years and we are having this network from Lahore to Balochistan. What do you think of Pakistan? That we will allow all this to happen? Once we say we have all the rights to do whatever to protect the honor, integrity and sovereignty of people of Pakistan. Whatever we have been doing so far is just protecting ourselves. And we have been doing it with lot of grace and alhamdulillah with lot of success. And we are rubbing their nose on every day, every hour, from wherever they are coming. Whether they are doing this shelling and this firing on line of control, they are getting a befitting response. Once they came in here, they got a befitting response. They sent in their drone, they are getting a befitting response. So at a time, place and method of our choosing, we will do whatever we will do. We are not beholden to anyone else but the people of Pakistan.
Kamran Yusuf from TRT World. First, a little clarity. A couple of days back, Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister told me in an interview and confirmed that there was a contact between Pakistani and the Indian National Security Advisor. And you were saying that there was no contact. Please clarify that.
The Deputy Prime Minister said there was a contact if there is a contact between 1, 2, 3, 4 parties. So I am telling you there was no direct contact between the Pakistani NSA and the Indian NSA. If one party is talking to someone and is talking to someone, that happens in diplomacy, that is a practice. That is something novel. But I can confirm you there was no direct contact.
About the air defense of Pakistan, when you see the ingress routes for fighter jets and they are trying to avoid certain areas, this means that this air defense is pretty effective. They are following certain profiles of weapon delivery which are there meant to evade surface to air missiles. This means that they are effective. Both the countries have very effective air defense systems, the S-400 from their side and equally capable, if not more, from our side in the north and in the south. There are certain ways the high MADs and the low MADs are employed, certain ways where fighters are employed, and that's the way the air combat and the modern air combat is progressing. So Pakistan has a very effective air defense system. We did have one kill because of that, I can assure you.
Assalamualaikum. First of all, thank you for this. I'm Hamza Jalani with the Financial Times, and I just wanted to ask, you mentioned that you got one kill with air defenses. If you could explain for the 4 other kills which aircraft was used, whether it was J-10C or JF-17, and if there was an air-to-air missile used, if it was the PL-15, and whether that was the PL-15 export version or the original version.
If you could tell me in very non-technical terms about air defense system, what are the capabilities that Pakistan have when it comes to neutralizing surface-to-surface and air-to-surface missile systems?
Air-to-surface? Yeah. Okay. This means academic discourse, a pretty intense kind when you are asking such technical details, and we'll bore the rest of the people with them. But I must, on a broad guideline, that the Pakistan Air Force air defense system is pretty capable of handling high-speed, long-range vectors, even hypersonic weapons. So this should be pretty comforting to everybody inside Pakistan. B, delving into details that which platform applied which weapon. You see, in modern warfare, all the players have their own contracts as per the game plan, and they create opportunities. Sometimes you have cross pockets which are of providence. So let's not go into details with which aircraft at which angle and aspect, and at D-max was it at what delta. But we did have a high MAD kill. We had participation from JF-17, the F-16s, the J-10s, and PL-15E or X or Y. It's the short log that we had.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Abu Hussain from Al Jazeera. My question to DG ISPR Saab. Sir, my question is that obviously you have denied very robustly that we did not send any drones or any missiles to India. So would you very categorically say what happened yesterday in terms of the videos that they have shown in Jammu particularly, was that a false flag operation from the Indian side? And subsequently, maybe, perhaps tomorrow, whenever they come up with some sort of debris, which you have asked in this thing, if that does happen, how would you perhaps, is it going to become a he said, she said thing or something else? So these two things.
If we had sent anything, it will leave a electronic signature, one. We have all the records of the airspace, that what goes there and what goes from here to there and what comes from there to here, and it's all timestamped. So we are pretty confident once we say that nothing went from here. And as far as they are concerned, we don't give much damn and credence to whatever they say. So whatever they are saying on Pahalgam, whatever they are saying about these mosques and places of worship where they say there are terror camps and there was some training, whatever they are saying about that Pakistan yesterday, the havoc that they had caused to Pakistan yesterday, how many aircraft they have taken it out, whatever they are saying that what we have launched over there. So I've just shown you their High Commissioner, a very responsible person, is telling that this man, who is he, falsely calling someone who is someone else is someone else. And then the same media who is telling you stories, they have already declared him dead. So who to believe over there? What to believe?
You said that we are not escalating, but how does Pakistan military see the next steps on the escalation ladder? And do you foresee any ramp-offs in this process?
Escalation ladder, it is always unpredictable. Could any of us have predicted that Indians would launch a phantom defense last night and start claiming that Pakistan has attacked India at 15 locations? Or you could have predicted about 2 days ago that after 2 days India would say that they have taken out the Karachi port and it's burning. With such a belligerent who can come out with any story, who has no morality, could you predict that they could go and they will try to knock out the one of the holiest places of Sikhs who are part of the majority of whom live in India and they are their citizens, Nankana Sahib, that they would plan such a thing? Could you predict that they will themselves target their own citizens and their own places and do in Amritsar with missiles? Can you predict that? You are asking me to predict that how I am going to behave? You want all the rationality and all the logic and all the cold responses from Pakistan, and you think that they have all the room to play and whatever they won't like to do? Nobody can predict.
Sarah Hassan from Voice of America. There's a fear among the public. Schools are closed, airports are partially operational. And as you also said that we will respond at our time. So do we think that we are still in the state of war?
What do you think? What is this? Till the time the territorial integrity, sovereignty and honor of Pakistan requires that.
If Pakistan's airspace, Pakistan's land, Pakistan's ADIZ and territorial waters, there's no compromise. There's no compromise. Pakistan's people, when they are threatened, their loss of life, loss of material, it cannot go unnoticed, cannot go like that. We owe it to our nation. And the pride and the trust the Pakistani nation has on our armed forces, we have always upheld it at all cost. At all cost. We did try to tell them with our tactical brilliance in Pulwama. Now we showed them our operational prowess and strategic guile and guide, and I think they should take heed. This is the best we can.
नायब वज़ीर आज़म मोहम्मद इसहाक डार और सऊदी अरब के वज़ीर ममलकत ख़ारजा उमूर आदिल अल जुबैर की इस्लामाबाद में मुलाकात, खित्ते की मौजूदा सूरत हाल पर तबादला ख़याल। नायब वज़ीर आज़म के इलाके में अमन व इस्तेहकाम के फ़रोग़ के लिए सऊदी अरब की तामीरी सफारती कोशिशों की तारीफ़।
Is the blood of the Pakistanis cheaper? And is this justifiable? Is this all kosher? This is not terrorism.